Hi, I'm Betty. Welcome to my kitchen. Continuing with our dinner party menu, we're getting on to the vegetables. And what I've chosen for this dinner are some beautiful French green beans, some carrots, and some red potatoes. Now the green beans and the carrots can actually be prepared through step one the day before. All we're going to do with these, I'm going to give them a cut at the end so that they're essentially all the same size. This isn't crucial. And these are the fine French beans, as I said. If you can't find those, of course, you may substitute regular green beans. I've got a pot of water boiling, and I'm going to take these over to the stove, add some salt to that water, and cook them for 5 or 6 minutes. I want them cooked. I don't want them soft and soggy, but I also don't want them half raw. I do want these beans cooked. So I'm going to add a good tablespoon of salt to that water, and just drop these in and let them go, as I said, for about 5 or 6 minutes. And when that time is up, I'll check them and see if they're as done as I want them to be. In the meantime, I'm going to cut the carrots. So I've trimmed these, as you can see, to the same size, and what I'm going to do is cut them in half so that at this point they'll be about the same size as the green beans. I'm just going to slice them. Get maybe 3 slices out of each one. Again, they'll be about the same size and thickness as our green beans. Chopped carrots. My green beans should be done to perfection, but just to make sure, I'm going to take one and check it. Just right, cooked all the way through, but with a little bit of crunch, exactly where I want them. So now I'm going to drop these into a strainer. I'm transferring them this way because I'm going to use the same water to cook the carrots. There's no flavor comes out of these into the water, so the water is nice and hot and is all ready to be used. My water has returned to the boil, and I'm just going to drop those carrots in. As I said, I expect they're going to take about 10 minutes to get to the right degree of doneness. I've also got another pot of water boiling on the stove because I'm going to use that to parboil my potatoes before I roast them. When you're considering what vegetables you want to use, you want to take into account the colors that are going to be on your plate. Especially if your entree is going to be pale, as ours is, you want some really nice colorful vegetables. I'm just going to cut these pretty much in 8ths. And as I said, we're going to put them in, again, some boiling salted water and just let them start to cook, because we're going to drain them and then we're going to roast them, which will give them additional color and additional flavor. This guy's a little bigger, so we might just cut him like so. Again, I'm going to add a good tablespoon of salt to this water and just drop my potatoes in. These should also take, I don't know, 10-12 minutes. It saves a lot of time in the oven. When I'm doing my roasted potatoes for roast beef and Yorkshire pudding, I do them the same way, trying not to splash myself too much. There we go. I used the same tasting method to test for doneness, and these are just soft with a little bit of crispness left. Now these are going to cook a little further. Now these can be done the day before and finished off the day of your dinner party. My potatoes have cooked until they're just tender when I pierce them with a skewer. So I'm going to transfer them to a strainer and let them drain thoroughly. Actually, I'll just put them right on the pot. Just let them steam off a little bit. Once these dried off a little, I'm going to transfer them to this roasting pan. Just get them like so. And I'm going to drizzle them with a good quantity of olive oil. And once I've done that, I'll give them a little toss. And they're going to go in a 400 to 425 degree oven. I'm going to use convection, which is great if you have it, and if not, that's fine too. Just toss these around a little bit to coat them. And I'll give them a little toss at least once during the cooking to make sure all sides get nice and roasted. So here they go, and I'm going to pop these right in my handy Breville oven. I'm going to set this on convection roast, and I expect them to cook for about 25 minutes. They're browning nicely. So now that they're almost done, it's time to finish off the carrots and string beans. So just before you're ready to serve, you want to add your pre-cooked string beans and carrots to a skillet where you've melted about a tablespoon of butter. They just need to be heated until they are cooked through. Now, I have in the past used fresh garlic, but I found it was a little strong, so instead of that, I'm going to add just a little dash of garlic salt. Just gives them that little extra zing of flavor. Again, I'm using a little. If you like a stronger flavor, by all means add more. And there they are, beautiful, glistening vegetables. Make a beautiful, colorful addition to your plate. So that ends part 4 of our dinner party series. And look in the very near future for part 5, which will be our entree, and that's going to be chicken francaise.